Are you confused when it comes to detachment in regard to conscious manifestation? Do you need to detach? What does detachment really mean? Let's talk about it. Hey legends, this is I Am Manifestation. I'm your conscious manifestation coach, Cerise, and I help you get out of your own way so you manifest your version of an awesome fucking life. In today's video, I'm going to talk about, you guessed it, detachment. What I wanted to start off with was in relation to conscious manifestation. What does detaching actually mean? Because a lot of people are out there thinking, how am I expected to not want what I want in order to get what I want? And this might be a relief to some of you. You don't have to. Detaching from your manifestation is more about not concerning yourself with the middle and not trying to control the middle. It's more about just thinking from the end of already having it, usually some sort of scene or idea that implies that the point where you receive it has already passed, like that's already done. And then it's a point after that that you want to kind of be living from in a way that already suggests that you have the thing. That's not to say that you won't get the thing you want if you are addressing things in the moment as things pop into your mind, or as you see something in your physical world and you want to sort of say in the moment something that makes you feel better about what you're seeing. Oh, there's a bird on my balcony. And that's totally fine. But that you want to do, as I'm always saying, one of my cheat codes, regulating your nervous system, getting yourself to a better, like more cool, calm, collected, neutral baseline, and then going back to your end goal. So going to your end goal, as I've spoken to in many other videos, is all about allowing things to happen via the most efficient route. The more you try to control the things that are happening in the middle, the more detours you're going to end up creating, because you will not be able to even conceive of the most efficient route. And sometimes the most efficient route looks like things are not going the way you want them to. Keep that in mind. Let me know if you want me to do a video on that in the comments below. Save myself from going off on a tangent that's unrelated to this video. Detaching when it comes to conscious manifestation is more about not concerning yourself with the how, the middle, okay? And allowing it to happen via the most efficient route. So how does being detached from the middle feel? Cool, calm, collected, right? This is why I have my cheat codes. They address so many aspects of conscious manifestation that I just feel like so many other teachers that I've listened to over many, many years, well over a decade, they don't seem to touch on this. Abraham Hicks talks about meditation, and that may help for some people. That may be enough to calm some people's nervous systems and get them into the feeling of, or the state of already having the thing they want. But for a lot of people, like the people that I tend to work with the most, and I think we need to keep in mind as well, the people that are looking for answers are the ones that come across things like conscious manifestation, spirituality, religion, if they haven't grown up with that. And that's because they have had childhoods, hardships, heartbreaks, traumas in the past that have meant that they can't have the thing they want or hold on to the thing they want. And that's why they're looking for answers. But we're all manifesting, we're always all manifesting, right? So there are people out there living their best lives that had experiences that they either didn't perceive in the way that you did, they didn't process things the same way that you did, or they had childhoods where they were told that they can speak things into existence. I know that there's a particular coach out there who was brought up with that knowledge. She's spoken about it on her channel before. If you're resonating with what I'm talking about in terms of the clients, and I'll be honest, my own experience in the past as well. That's how I came across conscious manifestation. And prior to that, the things considered to be more woo-woo, which a lot of the time is just things that we don't have the science to explain yet. Same with religion. Religion, to me, as far as my perspective, is all just different manuals. All the different religions are basically all just talking about how to manifest, just in different ways, and kind of ways that made sense to how people spoke and lived back when those things were initially created. Going back to my point, oh, we love a tangent on this channel, don't we? My cheat codes help with so many aspects of conscious manifestation, including detaching. Like, I'll be talking about something, someone will ask me a question, and I'll be like, this cheat code actually helps with that. And the cheat codes that I have, right, going over them again for those who are new, self-concept work, which is not to me, it's not the way I've heard most coaches talk about it. It is not just a bunch of I am affirmations. It's also how you treat yourself is how other people treat you. So you have to treat yourself how you want others to treat you. Nervous system regulation is huge. And feel good things, doing things that you enjoy that are unrelated to your manifestation. I kind of came up with those by just getting to a really bad point in my life, following the advice from other law of assumption coaches that say just focus on the thoughts, just affirm and persist. And I understand that a lot of clients that I've worked with one-to-one, and people that I've had on live streams and things like that have talked about how they've been burnt by investing in themselves with a coach who just tells them to affirm and persist, and it just made their self-concept worse, their mental health worse. And they, I personally, following that advice, got burnt out, unwell, all sorts of skin issues, reactions to things I've never had issues with before. I talk about this in many videos. And I just didn't have the gas anymore to do anything. Like, I needed some serious recoup time. When I was kind of forced to take that recoup time because I didn't have the gas to do any of the things that I enjoyed anymore and was struggling a lot, I just started doing these things because I didn't want to feel crappy anymore. I mean, I've been pretty good for the last like 5+ years, probably like really since I turned 30, and I'm 37 now, in being more conscious about what I'm taking in terms of content, making sure that I'm watching more feel good things, only really watching other things that I find fascinating, like things like true crime that I used to watch all the time, only when I'm in a really good headspace. And then I make sure I watch like something that makes me laugh before bed, not because I'm worried about my dreams or anything like that, but like those things can change the way you think about your world in a way that's not conducive to living the kind of life that you want. Self-concept is something that I did for a long time. I kind of did it to a degree when I was kind of getting over my body image issues and things like that. And I was like, I just need to start telling myself something different, because even though it sounds stupid to me at the time it did, this is coming up to my like 30th birthday, even though it feels silly to do, like what I've been doing so far hasn't worked. So I'm just going to start telling myself a bit of story about myself and my body. And that's kind of how it started. And then when it came to stumbling across a modern interpretation of the law of assumption, I only did the thoughts piece of conscious manifestation. And when I did get to, and that, like I said, in terms of body image and everything, fine, I've been working on that for a long time. But in terms of the things that I was actually wanting to manifest, self-concept was steadily going down the porcelain pea hole. Nervous system regulation was something that I implemented when I was in a very low place mentally, which is what happens when you get burnt out and you've got no anxious energy left, because you're not meant to be consistently in survival mode, which is what anxiety is to your body, your mind and your body, as far as your mind and body knows. You then get quite low. Oftentimes, most people find that they get into like a bit of a depression. I don't like to say depression just for me personally, maybe a depressive state, but I was mentally low for a while. And I had been given advice to consider taking something to help with that. And when I did, I looked up natural alternatives, thinking supplements would come up, and some breath work came up. In particular, the Wim Hof beginner's guided breathing that you can get on YouTube. And I thought, look, when I was a hippie, I thought breath work was too hippie for me, but I'm going to give it a try because I would prefer not to take something. I'm not against it. And I told myself, if these natural things don't work, I will consider it. But that particular exercise really pulled me out of a dark place. And that's when I realized the power of not just breath work, but nervous system regulation in general. So I kind of just fell into these cheat codes and was like, I need to share this because I know that there are people out there who have either done what I've done or are on the path to doing what I've done and learning the hard way, or who are new that I can help avoid those pitfalls. Those things, those cheat codes, along with a lot of the other things that they just naturally help with when it comes to conscious manifestation or manifestation in general, because some people who don't know about conscious manifestation are still manifesting awesome lives. And it's because it could be partly due to the fact that they do some of those things already, as well as the things I mentioned before. They may have had upbringings that allowed them to believe more in themselves and the possibilities of what they want and other experiences. But yeah, the cheat codes have helped me without trying, I didn't know that that's what they were going to do. But when I implemented them, I felt so much less of a need for controlling the many aspects of the middle of my manifestations. And I really started to see things moving after a period of what seemed like a long period of stagnancy with them. You know, not everything is as it seems. Like there's always movement, but it felt like it kind of snowballed forward with a lot of things that I was manifesting last year. Speaking of cheat codes, I am in the process still. Yes, it was a lot more of an undertaking than I expected, but it's been fun, but it's taken a while. I'm in the process of creating my solid self-concept course. There's a no obligation to buy waitlist in the description below if you're interested in receiving a 50% off code when it is released. Again, no obligation to buy, but you'll have the choice of getting it at half price if by the time it comes out, whenever the fuck that's going to be, you are interested in doing it. Just to wrap it up, detaching from your manifestation is not about forgetting about it, not wanting it anymore, not thinking about it ever, although you will naturally think less about it when you do my cheat codes, which is not a bad thing. It just means you have less opposing thoughts, which is a good thing, and you only need to address the opposing thoughts when they pop up. And you'll naturally think more in line with your manifestation being the way you want it to be and the end goal and everything when you do them. So it just, again, they just help in a multitude of ways. If you're not doing at least nervous system regulation, do it. But whilst it sounds like you're adding more things to your practice, it honestly frees up so much of your energy that you are focusing on obsessively thinking and makes the process so much easier, more efficient to get into the state, and more enjoyable. And life is about enjoying things, right? Manifestation is about having the things you want. So why would you have to go through a period of everything feeling so fucking shitty to get it? It makes as much sense as going to war for peace. It makes no fucking sense. It just helps release that need for it. When you need something, you're projecting out that you don't have it. You can want something that you already have. You can want to improve and build on something that you already have. So wanting is different to needing. Because this was a quick one and I didn't go off on as many tangents, if there's any questions about detaching that you would like me to clarify further in future videos, go ahead and let me know in the comments. If you got anything positive or helpful out of this video, or you've watched a few of my videos before and you haven't already subscribed, why not do me a solid and do that? That would be much appreciated. Your interactions with my videos help push them out and grow my channel, and I intend on definitely upping the production value and quality once I get to 1,000 subscribers. So I'm on the road to 1,000. Other ways that you can interact with my video other than subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing. Thank you in advance. I really appreciate it. Thank you for being here. You're a fucking legend. Don't you ever forget it. And until next time, have a good one. Concept. People who are looking for answers are the ones that come across